Hi, hello, welcome to the streaming of the dual. Hold on, that's wrong. The dual question session. We will be joined here today with Jeremy. Unfortunately, no one else because I believe, yeah, Neve is on holiday, unfortunately. But actually, let me quickly see if Mr. Sunday wants to come on. But other than that, hi.
Well, I've just checked this. So if you're a national security threat, you can't be in the civil service. You can't be in the government. You can't be in any public agency, and you can't be a clerk in the Oireachtas specifically. However, you can be a TD. God bless that, I suppose. I mean that doesn't make much sense, but that's beyond the point. You know what? I'm done with my legal commentary.
I do find it quite
I left that
confusing.
role. I
I
used to know that statute book inside out, then they repealed half of it. That's more the disgrace. We got over that far too quickly.
let me just
No one's
quickly
talking about the.
see.
Sorry, we're live now, so I can't say the
Yeah.
statute book was molested. God damn it.
Right. Have they removed all
Anyway,
the
w-
repealed legislation from the statute book? Oh no, they haven't.
it would have been an amendment, but I'm not sure how you see that on this.
Oh,
Oh wait,
it just
maybe
says the previous one. I don't think it has all the other ones. It just has the previous.
attachments. Mm, yeah, no, I don't seem to see any of the amendments made. Maybe
Hold on, let
Kamala's
me
listening
quickly
to
take a
this.
look.
Maybe
National
she can just
Security
do that.
Act.
Do that, please, Kamala. Please.
It'll
Anyway,
have a little
there's been
footnote.
back and forth there.
Ocean has now been called, probably to ask a question. Most some of his questions have been regarding the recent removal of, well, the recent declaration that Jay Murtagh was a national security threat after he was found to be allegedly leading the INLA, Irish Northern something something.
No, it's the Irish National Liberation Army,
Yeah, Irish National
a
Liberation Army. Thank you.
paramilitary organization which was also designated a national security threat and made illegal under the recent National Security Council meeting. Um, but I was informed that the leader of the opposition removed his TD on his own accord. The he asked for his TD's resignation, I'm assuming,
So
or sacked him straight
something
up.
quite
But I suppose
shocking,
that's a bit.
I would say, is this member was a member of the Garda. Jay Murtagh was quite a high-ranking member of the Garda, and not extremely high. I think it was like an inspector or something. Don't quote me on that. But
Well, aren't you the Minister for State for Culture, Communities, Language and Media? And you were out shooting the guards there last week, weren't you?
no, no, it was because I had falsely had a gun pulled out on me. I felt very threatened. I knew they were going to shoot me. So, in preservation of my
So
citizenship, of my
you pulled one
preservation
out
of
against
my, in my preservation of
your
citizenship in
fellow statesman.
Ireland,
You're going to kill your fellow statesman.
because they were going to kill one of their own fellow statesmen.
Wasn't Garda, it was the IDF. Oh,
It was
apologies.
the IDF. So,
Oh, sorry. That makes it 10 times better.
He was just exercising his Second Amendment rights, if you ask me.
Amen, hoorah. That's what I'm saying. Amen, hoorah.
I was an I am an Irish citizen. I crossed over into the Northern
Prove it.
Irish side, which I'm also a citizen of. Then I crossed back over. Actually, I'm not sure if that's in this in Solves, but
No, the border's closed. It's very confusing.
yeah,
So
but like,
if you try enter Ireland, they kill you, which I don't think is correct. But I mean,
no. See,
I'm
the
not the
issue
government.
was my dog.
If only there was a government minister here who attends regular cabinet meetings or anything.
Well, I was actually crossing the border to try and shoot
Oh,
up some British people, but they weren't. Because
did someone
I
vote
wasn't
that?
on duty. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. My
Did
oh
someone vote that?
flip, my boss is watching.
The the Minister for Culture wanted to shoot British people. He wanted to shoot innocent British civilians, innocent
Yeah,
bystanders,
in a way to
in a
stop
political feud. That
any
is absolutely abhorrent. I think you should resign from all positions. I think you should. You don't sound very Irish to me. Now, I'm not. I can't make assumptions anymore. Not after the last court case, but we won't go there. But you don't. I think you should maybe check Ryanair.ie and maybe find some flights out of here.
That's
No,
a bit racist.
I'm Irish. Well, no, I'm not
I'm not
Irish. I'm not going to
racist.
claim I'm Irish, but I wasn't on duty at the time, so I was like, this is the one time
What do you
I'm
mean
not
on
on
duty?
duty,
As what?
like
What do you mean
on
on
duty
duty?
as guard or anything. So I just decided I'm going to cross the border and do something. But then I got told I'm
Okay.
not allowed to do that.
Garda Commissioner, I know you're listening into. Well, you're probably watching now. I don't know,
No comment.
but
No comment. He has no
if you
comment.
could just sack Jan, that would be. I think he's a threat there. I think you might want to act on that.
He has no comment on the situation. I would assume. Yeah, he just said no comment there.
Okay.
Moving swiftly on.
No, I think we should talk about this.
No,
a
I'm
bit more.
not sure what's actually being discussed in the door right now.
There was something about the Workplace Relations Commission brought up there by Bo.
I know there was also the Garda. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Ombudsman. I don't know.
Ombudsman. The Ombudsman.
Ombudsman. Okay, because I always expect things to be pronounced differently ever since I've joined Ireland.
Don't worry.
But
Don't worry. It's an English word. In English. Don't worry.
but they yeah, that was a point brought up by Oshin. I didn't actually see the government's response on that. The leader of the Green Party has now been called. Can someone sort these mods out? Like they keep changing everyone's name to do hide all, but like they keep fading.
They can't spell hide. Maybe they should spend more time on Wordle.
Yeah, because I've seen them spell it like there's so many times HIED and like it's like currently
Yeah, so
talking
the
about
topic has
business
turned
growth.
to business there. Bo talking about expanding the registrars.
To be fair, she
their
hasn't
be-
spoken about it in quite a while, so I suppose we can let it off this time. But
Oh yes,
I
how
think with
dare
the job
her.
fair,
How dare she?
they say the job fair is really soon, but I swear it's like in a month,
I
like
don't
20
know.
days.
It sent me like 5 DMs about the job fair, and after the second one, I was like, I'm not reading these.
If I quickly, surely it's in like announcements or something.
It's on the 6th of June at 8
Oh no,
p.m.
that's actually really soon. Word has it, the
Sorry,
National
leaving
Ambulance
session.
Service might be there. But that's what. But that's just
Uh,
rumours.
How many people are in the National Ambulance? How many people are employed by the National Ambulance
Well,
Service?
I can't say what's going to happen to all of them.
But no, I'm asking
But they're
who's
currently.
how many is there
Oh,
employed
that's all
at this
OSA as
point in
well.
time?
Hold on, let me check the PR
What?
server.
What?
Right, hold on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you really want to count Oscar as well, like 8 current members.
Okay.
I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed to say what Oscar's position is, but
Well, I mean, if it's command, then yes.
okay, yeah, I don't know what position Oscar is then. But yeah, hopefully there'll be some recruitments done by National Ambulance Service soon enough. Speaking on the business growth, Noah has said that we've only been a week in, so there isn't much they can really do. I will note there is, I think that's 66% attendance from the Social Democrats there, and that's probably similar case for Labour Party. I think they've got like 60-ish%, 70%. Oshin has pointed out that Garda had a record low attendance at this year's inauguration for the president. Now,
I can't believe someone's keeping count. I didn't even know we were getting that.
I didn't even
That's
know
crazy.
Garda members had like. I'm pretty sure it's higher from last time because we didn't have a Garda inspection last time, but we didn't. So I think that would be the record low because there would have only been like 2 people who showed up. I think it was the what's it called? The highest turnout we've probably seen from the Garda.
That's definitely false.
No, at the inauguration for quite a while.
I feel like maybe a bit more specific on quite a while would make that argument a bit stronger.
Well, since Lynette, so I don't even think I saw a Garda inspection at Lynette's
Well, that was like last week.
inauguration.
Calm down. Lynette wasn't president that long
It
ago.
was nearly 60 weeks, which is
Jeez,
which
that's
is the
over a
full
fucking year. What? Jeez.
yeah nearly 60
Lord
weeks.
have mercy.
I think it will be year this month,
Hmm.
next month.
Dan, do you know who the first Secretary General to our president in Ireland was?
At that time,
No, just like full stop, entire history. Who was the first Secretary General to our president?
I haven't got a clue.
You're looking at him. It's me. It was me. My first ever position in Ireland was to be the last Secretary General to a Governor General, and then the first to a president. That was a big honor. I was so happy to take. Oh, I can't do.
Oh,
Trump's impression.
I thought you meant. Oh my god, I thought you
My
meant like.
apologies.
I thought you meant as in
Hello.
like a position, because like there's the first lieutenant general or something of the army, and I was like,
What? What?
no, because you said first general secretary. I thought you meant like, as in that's the name of the role, first general secretary. But I realized.
Who's speaking now? Sorry, I missed.
Okay, it's Labour TD. I'm not sure who this is.
That's helpful.
This is questions to Taoiseach here. January
It was
1, someone who
January.
notably wasn't in the group, I believe, quite a while, so he couldn't sit.
Oh,
You
so
know,
that means
if
we
any
must
public
totally
service
disregard his
workers are
question.
listening in, if any public service workers are listening in, please direct message me to join the Workers' Union of Ireland and unionize your service.
Killian, who are you arguing with there? I heard you typing viciously.
I'm just trying to explain to Camna that you shouldn't argue with a brick wall, but I think she seems to think otherwise. So
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
But they're talking, I think they're talking further about the current national security threats. He said, in order to ensure they were properly prepared, I think there were some statements behind there.
Dan, do you plan on contributing to the sitting?
If I get asked the question, yes. If I don't, no.
you can't. You're a Shanador.
He's Minister for Culture, so you can sit.
Well, then let him be asked questions in the Shanad. He's a foreigner to this chamber and he's invading.
But no, you can't
Um,
ask questions in the
Shadow
Shannon.
report on
It's
that.
specific.
Shadow report on that.
It's
The
specific.
official presidential stance. Report.
If you look at the standing odds, it specifically says ministers from the Dáil are the only ones who can be summoned, not ministers from the Shannon. So like you can't ask questions.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Okay, then stop making your job difficult. Just don't get any questions asked to you. It's that simple.
No, I think it's very important to be present and available for anything.
What next? Do you think the Earth is round?
Be nice. He's trying his best. At least he's showing up.
Yeah,
Well,
you
was gonna-
literally just said that you just wouldn't show up. Great minister there, Killian.
I wouldn't. If I was
I
a minister in the Shanad, that's a free pass to not be asked any questions. So just
I
Well,
think
mean,
answering to the
they could
public. I
always-
think
they
answering
could
to the
always send
public
you
is very
written
important.
questions. They could always send you written questions,
Well,
and you could give written answers.
you think answering to the public is important? That's why you're going to lose your seat at the next election.
Well, maybe I'll just
Killian,
get better
who has
answers
pissed
to
you
the
off?
public.
Jesus Christ, you're in a very you're in a mood this evening.
I don't know. I just like annoying Dan sometimes. I'm a really nasty person. Why would you elect me president? What is wrong with you people? What have you done to this country? You've really ruined it, haven't you?
Has my toxicity spread?
Yeah.
I'm no longer the
You
most
thought it. You all
negative
thought it was going to be True Donald. You
They
all
ru-
thought it was going to be
They
True
ruined
Donald.
it
and
when
his
they put a
cohort. No.
Jewish man in group staff. No, I'm joking. I love Dale.
person. Objection relevance. Objection relevance.
Oh, so relevant. So much to do with what we're saying. So much.
So I'm just trying to win bonus points with Killian.
By being anti-Semitic?
Yes. So I thought. Oh, hold on. We were
Oh.
supporting Palestine. or
Folks,
Israel
the
here.
Minister for State for Culture, Communities, Language and Media is an anti-Semite.
Look,
There you go.
it's the
Here
culture
it is
of
in the
Ireland. I don't care
department.
about the other cultures in our world. I do care.
He's a racist.
Jesus, the
Keep
hole is
going,
getting
Oh,
Dan.
deeper.
I
The
need a
hole.
PR
Keep
team.
going, Dan.
I
Keep
need a
going.
PR
Keep
team.
going. Keep going, Dan. Keep
What's your
going. See
favorite
if I
skin
can
color, Dan? Go on, go on. Do you have a favorite?
What?
get.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Dan, what's your opinions on gay people?
Oh, I
Mm,
didn't check that box. Thank you.
Don't worry, I
maybe,
can go there. Maybe.
Which lesbians? Keep or leave? Which one then?
no comment.
Do you like Kylie Minogue?
I don't know who that is.
Well, you just lost the gays. Well done. You just lost the gays. Well done.
Right, you
I-
can
No,
say
I'm joking.
bye-bye
I'm
to your
joking. I'm
seat.
joking.
You can
I
say
need to
bye-bye to your
reiterate.
seat,
I
Dan.
love everyone. I love everyone of any culture.
RTÉ are calling.
I'm actually really communist. Once you get to know me.
I don't
Dan,
want to
there's a
get
lot
to
of
know
gay people
you.
in Limerick.
Wait,
There's
why?
a lot of gay people in Limerick. I can tell you that.
How long are we gonna be saying Limerick for?
Oh my god, did someone bring Padam Padam up? Who did that? I need to see who that was. Oh, it was Jesse. What a great song, by the way. It's a shame.
What
Never
a
mind.
great song.
We're so lucky
Literally.
Well, that's just what I heard in my
Jessie
ear.
as our Kian caller.
Not really.
she-
I mean, she's dressed
she's
abhorrently.
Yeah, she's
I don't know
currently in a bulletproof vest and ballistic helmet.
I can't.
In the
I can't
doll.
remember who she.
Remember.
I can't remember who she was pretending to be. Like she said some
At
joke
the
about. It, I
start-
can't remember.
At the start of the sitting, I private messaged her and I said, "Get into normal clothes," and she was like, "No, what? There are 2 NSTs in the chamber." And I was like, "Why do you look like you're visiting your family in Monaghan, County Armagh?"
But I was
Uh.
like, I don't mean to fat shame, but the vest doesn't fit her, and the helmet looks like it's on a Russian doll.
They don't.
You really
do,
went on Wish.com for those.
You just
They
got
don't really
I've
killed.
been shot. I've been shot.
Can we get back to the matter at hand, please, and
Go
stop
ahead. What is
straying
it,
so
Cameron?
far from the kingdom
Currently
of heaven?
they're talking about the Minister for Business.
From the kingdom of what? Oh, the kingdom of Kerry. Is that what you're saying?
relevant officials to ensure that we have as big a turnout as possible. I think that would be in relation to the job fair again that's happening on the 6th of June. I'm sure Welsh Roblox, whatever his name is, would love me to tell you to all sign up.
You
But-
don't even know the chief registrar is?
No, I
I'm
know
pretty
he's the chief
sure.
registrar. Also, that's not my portfolio.
Who is the chief registrar? Is it Welsh?
It is Welsh, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, great. DEI hire.
I'm not going to be reading that out, but Deputy Bow was called up.
Dan, what cameras are you using?
My own cameras.
That's disgraceful.
Okay, you know what?
Was that?
Just to make you happy.
Thank you.
Actually, it does make my
Appreciate
job a lot easier. So, stage is
Appreciate it.
yours.
Are any TDs actually saying anything interesting?
Well, Bo has just said "ooh ooh back," so and Reginald has just said "quote unquote" anything interesting. So there you go, Mr. Bowden. We've got
I
a
hate
few
him.
jokers in the
Oh,
chamber.
oh, hold on.
Line
You've just
him
been
up and
called a
choose him.
DEI hire, Killian.
Killian's been
Anything
called a
interesting.
DEI hire.
Oh,
No,
I
but
love
is
this
this
chamber.
true? Is this no? It was in general. Is
Dan,
this true?
this is old news. We had this discussion about 4 years ago. Okay, can we get back to the topic at hand?
Yeah, but
please?
is Killian actually a DEI hire? That'd be terrible.
Of course he is. Like, look, have you taken a look at him? Like,
Oh, talking about the
Research my career.
revitalization of an international civil court to support. Oh yes, this is regarding. I believe a pledge. I'm not sure if this was actually
wait,
pledged by
Kamala,
any
you
party,
came
but-
up with this like a year ago.
What?
An internet, like a joint court in Ireland. Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, it was like it's basically. Bo talked to me about it. She said it would be more like a It'd be a court in Ireland that would help other countries with their own judicial cases. I think it's quite a smart
That was
idea.
that was actually
Yeah.
the policy of Diarmuid O'Donovan, I'm pretty sure.
Diarmuid, that's who it was.
My
And it was
leader
a
of the
stupid
opposition,
idea.
my rival. That was
stupid idea.
let's be truthful about this. That was my policy idea that I gave to
I'm
David.
not so sure. Can we get a fact check on this? I think Kamala's actually spreading misinformation here.
No, I was the
ABC News
first
fact
one to come up
checkers.
with the
ABC News
idea.
fact checkers.
Look, Kamala,
I'm
all I
telling you-
have
Sorry,
is your
we
word.
don't associate ourselves with the BBC.
All I have is
That's
your word,
fine.
Kamala.
I said
and
ABC. I said
Oh, okay.
ABC.
I'm telling you, the thought of having a multi-jurisdictional court, which is the term that I used to coin it as, I came up with it first. Labour campaigned on it, and then it
You
didn't
have
come
started
through.
this.
And then when Diarmid became Taoiseach, I advised his government on the ways in which they could create that court. So it was, in fact, my
Do
idea.
you
Did
have
they
a
do
source
it?
for
Did they
that?
do it?
No,
No.
they didn't. They
Oh.
tried, but enough countries didn't sign on to it at the beginning because they didn't understand the concept,
You hear
which
that,
is really
Will?
simple. The concept was you create a court, an international court of international jurisdiction based in Ireland with Irish judges to hear cases from countries who would sign on to accept the jurisdiction of that court and their judgments to
No,
help countries that don't
actually,
have active judiciaries to
me
help
and
them hear
Neve
their
had this
cases.
idea. Me and Neve had this idea for an EU. Imagine an EU, a Roblox EU, because all these EUs they try to be like military powers, and
Every
it
EU
makes
has
cringe.
failed. Literally
Every
every
I
single
know.
EU.
There's never
Oh,
been a
believe me, I
successful
know.
EU.
But imagine how cool me and Neve's EU would be. That would be better, and we
No
would
one
have
would sign up.
multi-jurisdictional courts in EU member states. They can sign on to the ECHR. They can do
I
Well,
think
the
business.
thing about it is we would hear the cases using individual countries' law. So, for example, if Jamaica were to sign on to that particular court, the judges in Ireland would hear the case using Jamaican law and
I
rule
would
based
be
on that.
my only concern with that was, people are pointed to the Irish the benches of the Irish judges because they're experts in Irish law. Are they now having to be experts in every country's law that signs on as well?
Well,
Oh
it's
my
no different
God.
than, for
Or,
example, a judge on the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council. There are several countries under the jurisdiction of that bench, and those
Well, I have no
judges
idea
have
how
to
that
rule
works,
based
but
on the
okay.
domestic
yeah,
law of those countries that come
aren't
before
those
them.
judges qualified in
Yes, but for
Commonwealth law
example,
and whatnot? We
For
wouldn't have
example,
that.
there are 53 countries in the Commonwealth, and of those 54, sorry, and of those 54, several have the JCPC as their final court. For example, I'm going to use Jamaica again. Jamaica has the JCPC as its final appellate court, and they hear cases based on Jamaican law. That does not mean that the judges who are based in London are experts on Jamaican law. It just means that they are qualified enough to be able to make a ruling based on domestic law and common law. Same for a republic, like, for example, Trinidad and Tobago, who has the JCPC as their final court as well. Those judges are not experts in Trinidadian law, but they are experts in the common law, and they can use the common law plus domestic Trinidadian law to make a ruling. That was
How
the
does that
concept
apply
we
to
created
our idea?
for this court. What?
How does that apply to your idea of a
It's the same
multi-jurisdictional
thing.
court?
It's the same thing. We would have judges hear domestic cases for countries and rule using that country's law and the common law, because as a lot of people don't really realize, Ireland has a very deep common law heritage. We have heard so many cases and made so many decisions. We have, I would say, more extensive common law, I would say, a more extensive repertoire of common law than many other nations in the community. So we can do this. It's just a matter of the political will and the will of other governments who
Jamie, I'm
would
speaking now.
have to realize that their judiciaries aren't so hot
I don't
to
think
have
it's
to do
there.
this.
I don't think there's
I
a
feel
will
I would be concerned that you're
there.
stretching our judges too thin in their own expert. I don't mean to comment on the past, but I think if this were to be something that's brought back, I feel like we should have a lot of consultation with our own judges. The people who
Well,
would
we
actually
would
be
need more
carrying the
judges
day.
if we were to do this too. Or what
Yeah,
we could
give
do is
yourself
establish a court
consultants
and have
already.
all new judges, or have judges from each country that signs on to the agreement send us a judge, or something like that. Like, that's something that we could
But I
explore.
suppose there's the UN has a court. No,
The International Court of Justice, yes.
yeah.
But
So
the ICJ only deals
what?
with matters regarding the UN Charter and other resolutions passed by the United Nations. They do nothing with domestic law.
That's why we start the EU. This is, you know what? Get on to Neve about this. Let me text Neve actually.
Yeah,
She's
but
probably
the
doing
EU
something
would only
important.
deal with European matters and no one else's. Then the rest of the world is left in the legal
Who cares about
wilderness,
the
to
rest of
say.
the world? Who cares about the rest of the world? We want a multi-jurisdictional court with like-minded European countries. That's who cares about the rest.
You mean like
Where's
never
Neve?
mind. I was going to say something, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Contain yourself.
Camlet, deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it
You can do this. You can do this, Canada. I believe in
Why
you.
would you say that you're not going to say it?
because
Now I want to know what you're going to say.
because it would not be in line with the standards that I've set for RTE.
And what's
Wow,
going
that's scandalous. I think your position is in question now. I think we're going to have to replace you with Chief Rabbi Davids.
on? No, we will be denying this. Every proposition to remove the
What's
current
wrong with
RTE Director
Davids?
General will be denied.
Oh, David. Is it because he's Jewish?
Because David's
Of
Jewish?
course it is!
Me
Sorry, I
and Khalid
can't
are
say
actually
that. I need to stop
psychologically
saying
linked.
that. I need to stop
Yeah,
saying
we
that.
You
said
need
that
to stop
exactly.
saying that, Dan. Dan, you
Yeah,
need to stop
sorry,
saying
sorry.
that.
I don't actually mean that.
What did he say?
See,
What did he
see,
say?
David is group staff, and you know we think he's really busy there. He does a very good job there. There's no point in putting him out of that role to do another job that Karma's doing perfect at. I genuinely see no
What do you
reason.
mean group? Dave is part owner of the entire group. What are you talking about? He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just regular group staff.
Is he?
Yes,
No, because he'd be
David
group
Lewis.
administrator.
Dave and Lewis jointly own the group.
No, that's William and Lewis.
No,
So what's William?
William
William
just does
own the
everything.
No, calm down. It's spreading misinformation again. William,
I'm sure Dave is happy to hear about this promotion.
yeah, William is owner and Lewis is owner. But I
genuinely
like to
thought
call
Dave. I remember seeing
William.
that Dave was group owner or something at some first. But okay,
Well, he got
I
made
will
group staff
retract
and he
what I
left.
said.
And
Sorry,
David is
David
like,
McGrath wearing a suicide vest. Sorry.
But I like to call
Yes, David?
William CEO and I call Lewis deputy owner and it makes Lewis really upset.
If I'm being honest, I think Lewis is the real. Actually, no. Should I? Actually, no. He was
Oh, he's
seen
not.
buying
I
from
would be careful if
Starbucks.
I were you. I would be careful if I were you. William does control everything and anything.
Oh, the leader of the EVF has just messaged me.
Who's the EVF? What's the EVF?
Does that happen often or
Oh my God!
he's a Labour
There's
TD.
just been a gun fired in the dual chamber.
And
Jesse,
he's a Labour TD. Okay. I'm Hello, leader of the UVF and Labour TD.
what is the UVF?
How are you? The Ulster Volunteer Force. It was
Oh,
a
is that another
paramilitary
terrorist group?
established to combat. It was established actually after the signing of the Ulster League and Covenant, in response to the formation of the.
Sorry, the dual has just adjourned there. I thought that was.
Yeah, the Dáil has adjourned.
What?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
early. Like they
over.
never adjourn this
Over.
early.
It just ran out of
Why did
questions.
they adjourn? Did someone move for early
No, they
adjournment?
had done with
Yeah.
questions. I don't think anyone else rose, and they were just done.
Huh?
I don't think I'm allowed to ask questions as a Shanador.
Oh,
so.
okay. This
No,
UVF
I mean,
leader
no,
is currently just giving me the whole
lawyers
rundown.
allow you to be heard. So I
No,
think
as a minister, I don't think I'm allowed. Like, even if I was sat there, I don't think I'd be allowed to ask a question, because that's what our chamber's for. We can go ahead and propose a motion to question the minister. So
well, ministers don't really ask questions anyway.
yeah, so there wouldn't be any. Can I just,
Well, you know what? Can I just say this leader of the UVF is very selfless. He's just said, Murta isn't the national security threat. I am. And I was like, you know what? Respect that. At least he's self-aware. Now I'm going to leak this to the other media companies. Stand by.
Okay, well, I don't actually think there's anything else to comment on here. No, we should play Rise of Nations again. That was really fun. Anyone? Okay. Well, anywho.
No, nobody.
Okay. Well,
Well,
that's actually
Dan,
really
in
unfortunate.
that case, what we can do, since I missed out on the time today, we can do that pilot for Deal or No Deal that we wanted to do today, or record whatever we had to record earlier. Are we still live?
Yeah, we are still live. I don't know if the contestants would want to. Well, I will quickly say again. DM me, please, please, please. Dan and Puppy Dab, DM me and
Fresh meat.
Okay, everyone's just been kidnapped and taken somewhere. But like I was saying, please DM me, Dan and Puppy Dab, so you can get onto the RT's Deal or No Deal. So if I think that's everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow for the Shannon and Dahl sessions. I believe there will be quite a few acts proposed by the government. Not sure about the opposition. But yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, hopefully tomorrow.